the princess of the house. I wasn't close to my mom, I was actually more close to my dad. And then my dad sent me all the way to Kaduna, which is the north of Nigeria, to go to my secondary school. I thought I was girl. I said, if I was your little princess, why would you send me so far away? I was my dad's best friend, so that kind of like scarred me, but I didn't even notice at the time. But I did not know that this was God's way of beginning to train me. Now, I lost my father, like I said earlier, at the age of 12. And if you have gone to boarding house, you know how that feels when everyone just suddenly starts to greet you and smile at you because everybody else has hair except you. And then suddenly you see all these matrons and aunties and they all just come and they're like, how are you? And you're like, I'm fine. And you're thinking, why is everybody nice to me today? I'm not like the nicest kid in the vlog. And they're like, have you eaten? Yes, I have. Do you want something to eat? No. Okay. Do you want to pack some clothes? Okay, where are we going? You're going home. Why am I going home? Are we all going home? No, only you. Why? You've not done anything bad this time. Not today. But, you know, there's just one small thing you need to go and do at home. As a 12-year-old child, I began to know immediately that something was wrong. Something wasn't right. I boarded the plane all by myself and went back to Lagos. And as soon as I got to my street was lined up. You see this stardom that I have today? It started a long time ago in different stages. I was just the star. Everybody was waiting for me. It was just waiting for me to start waving. And I was just like, what is going on? And the minute I got to my house, you know, that feeling of dread came upon me because it now dawned on me that, okay, this is not the hand-waving type of stardom. Something is really wrong. And the first thing that came to my mind is, I hope it is not my dad. Even though I was really upset with him for a very long time because they sent me all the way to Kaduna when him and I used to be best friends. He was the manager for Lagos Country Club, you know, which was like the elite club back in Lagos in the day. I used to sit down with governors and presidents, and I thought I was mature, you know, I thought I was a big girl. And suddenly you ship me off and then cut me off all that good life. But after all said and done, guess who it was? It was him. It was my dad. A part of me died that day. And for the longest time, I never grieved. Because it became very apparent that moment, that day, looking at my mom that I'm not so close to, who's bawling and crying her face, and I'm looking at her like, please, you start crying, you start on the like she's crying. But somewhere in my heart, I knew that everybody was looking to me to be the strong one. And at the age of 12, I had to pretend that yes, here I am, the strong one. And so I never shed a tear for my father's death, even though it was the most painful event that ever happened in my life. And so, I say all of this today to say to a lot of you here today that when things happen to us in life, sometimes, especially as women, we don't understand that it is something shaping us for the roles that we're going to take later on in life. So I want to challenge you to change your perspective. As painful as some things will be in your life that happen to you, and they are really painful, sometimes unexpected, like mine. My father died in an accident in Nigeria, a road accident, and he didn't get help, so he bled out. Which might also explain why I'm an activist, you know. But these things happen because they are trying to shape us. Now, cry if you must, wail if you must, run on the ground if you must that moment, but you must pick yourself up. So my message to you today is the journey to courageous, the journey to longevity, the journey to you. A woman of valor is a strong woman. And to be honest, we've been talking today about everybody being a woman of valor. Maybe everybody is not meant to be a woman of valor. I don't know. Make that decision for yourself. But if you decide that you want to become a woman of valor, that you are a woman of valor, you do not have the luxury of being weak. Not in this world. You do not. In my career, fast forward now, from school and all of that stuff, I have come across and I have come to face many challenges. And it's very funny because a lot of people walk up to me and say, Omotola, your life is so perfect. I'm sure you don't have any challenges. And I'm like, wow, ooh, interesting. You will not see me bawling in public about it. No. It doesn't mean I don't cry at home, but I will not show you my weakness because you are not my savior. So what I want to say to you is, there is no point as a woman or as a woman of valor showing your weakness to people who already think you should be weak. What is the point of that? Really, what is the point of that? They already expect you to be weak. They're already waiting for you to be weak so they can milk it, enjoy it, savor it, and throw it right back in your face. So, my only advice to you as a woman of valor is, when you face challenges in life, calm down. Nothing they happen to you will never happen before. Hey, I'm preaching. There is nothing new under the sun. Because as women, you know our brains go like that. And I tell men all the time, there is a major difference between a woman and a man. I don't advocate for, oh no, let me not go there. We're not talking about equality or whatever today. Because we are not equal. We are different. We are different. So if you're a woman and you want to be equal to a man, I don't know about you. I don't want to be equal to no man. Who told you I might not even be higher than you? Hello? You even fighting for equality in some sense really is demeaning you. Do you know you are the giver of life? Do you know what God has put in you? Do you know what it means to be a woman? Even men know that you are a superior being. The only person who does not know that they are a superior being is you, who is tender about you. And that is the beauty of being a woman. Look, my name is almost sexy for a reason. And I'm not dropping that for nobody. Oh yes, when there is something to pick up, I'm not picking that up. My man's gonna pick that up. Oh yeah. So, as women, we need to know the difference, and we need to know how to differentiate that. If you really want to have longevity, as a lot of people have said, all in my life, I want to also implore you to think about the power of decision making. A lot of women want to eat their cake. Can we talk? Yeah. Or should I just say the politically correct thing? Can we talk? A lot of women want to eat our cake and have it. We want to be respected. You want to walk into the room and everybody says, she's a woman, she's a woman. But you want to drag with the man. And then you want to still behave anyhow. And then still be respected like a quintessential lady. No. Decide which one you want to be. And whichever one you decide is okay, as long as you stand by it. But if you choose to be a woman of valor should be a respectable person. Being respectable is not necessarily you proving anything to anyone. Prove it to yourself. It's about you. What matters is what they know in their hearts. So thank you for telling me that people see you. Because people see you and people know. But like I said earlier, people want you to be weak. It's a superpower for me to know that I can come over you if I can make you weak. So as a public person myself, sometimes I go online and somebody just throws a dart, write something on your list. They want you to respond. Not necessarily because they believe what they're saying, but because they want your attention. And whatever you feed grows. sometimes you think, oh, I'm strong like that, it doesn't bother me. But the minute you give into that, a little part of you has accepted that, oh, I acknowledge that this was there. Maybe, just maybe. So as a strong woman, as a woman of valor, believe in yourself that you know who you are. I tell a lot of people that look up to me, or the mentees that I have, I say, do not do anything when you're coming up that you will be ashamed of when you have gotten there. You know it. You don't need anyone to preach to you. We can do these seminars every week. It doesn't change the fact that you're an adult, you know the right things from the wrong things. Come on. When we all leave here, you're going to be alone with yourself, with your spirit, with yourself, you know. So do not do things that you know reduce your own power within yourself. There are many things I don't do, not because I'm trying to impress people, but because, me. If you know the way I see myself, some of you will be like, calm down, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. And I have been like this since I was 12. From the minute my father died, I made a decision. I made a decision for myself. And I said nothing in this world would put me or take me down. Nothing. So it is a decision I made. And for every time I stand in this world, I ask myself, Omotola, are you putting yourself down? Are you putting yourself down? Am I doing something in secret that nobody else is seeing? But me, man, I know that, this thing might come back to haunt me. So that's the decision you need to make for yourself. I will also want to say this. When we gather like this, we try not to talk about spirituality. Because, these days is not bougie. I want to talk about Jesus. So, if you don't want to talk about Jesus, maybe you have Allah, or maybe you have some African deity. But believe in something that is higher than yourself. That's all I say. Mine is Jesus, if you ask me, and if you like my lifestyle, come on by. So mine is Jesus. I gave my life to Christ at the age of 15. And that has shaped my life. So most of the decisions I take in life is divided by. You know how we did all of that in school? Every decision I take is divided by. And as a woman, the biggest things that will change your life is the decisions you make. At every point. Men don't make as many decisions as women. This thing I'm telling you, go and think about it. Men don't make as many decisions as women. And you'll realize that as a woman, you start to make decisions from when you were a child, as a girl child. You've always had to make decisions. So if I leave this place, if there's nothing else you learn from me, teach your children, teach your friends, teach every woman you meet that they have the power to make decisions for themselves. They have the power to make decisions for themselves. Not for mommy, not for daddy, not for their friends, for themselves. Because every decision you make will definitely come back for you. This is the story of my life. Everything that's happened to me till today is a decision I have made. Nothing has happened to me coincidentally. And I think that's what we were trying to say when we said, Omotola said, because we didn't go deep into that. We were talking about, what was that about? Friends. And the things, it was actually specifically things you say to people. Somebody asked a question from that corner and said, how do I know what to say to people? How do I know, because people don't, people are not always who they say they are. And I was saying to myself, that's weird, I don't have those kind of problems. And that's why I said, I might not be for everyone. I might just be for a few people who can relate. I have, from time, been someone who keeps to myself. And when I say keep to myself, not necessarily that I don't have friends. I have had the same friends since I was a child. Because I know how to separate friends from colleagues. Everybody is not your friend. And as women, I think it is a sign of weakness for you to talk too much to everyone. You just say something. So, you see, I don't say. And calm down. Calm down. Sometimes the beauty of a woman, I'll tell you one thing I'm going to teach what makes a woman very sexy and appealing when I have the energy. But one of the things that makes you very appealing to people is actually the fact that as a woman, there's some kind of mystery around you. Okay? It's the power of mystery. And I'm not also talking down at people who, I have a daughter here who is very bubbly. Princess. I'm sure everyone has met her and like, oh my god, she's very bubbly. That's not way. That's her personality. So we're all different personality types. But there is nothing wrong with you being that person who is very bubbly. You are the life of the party. You are the one who everybody wants to meet. But that does not mean that everybody now needs to hear everything about you. That's the difference. I can talk to you from now to night and you don't know anything serious about me. In fact, a lot of people say that they're like, and you only know what I want you to know. So as women, because I want to also leave you with that. The power that you have is the fact that as a woman, we are deep. Women are deep. Use it to your advantage. There are many things that we have as strengths, and there are many things that we have as weaknesses. But the world always, talk more about our weaknesses. I want to challenge you today to begin to look into your strength. There is a reason why we are the givers of life. Men can't get below. No, they can't take that kind of pain. Ask them, they know. And they are not multi-thinkers. As a woman, you are thinking about 5 things at the same time. They have tunnel vision. The one thing in front of them, am I right today, am I right? They think about one great thing in front of them, achieving it and moving on to the next. But because you're a woman, you're a multitasker. It can be a strength and it can be a weakness. You have to decide. I know my life, I don't know your life. But the problem with a lot of us women is we lie to ourselves. Like my previous speakers came up, you want to be like Omotola. Omotola wants to be like this person. People have always asked me, who's your role model? I don't have one. And I don't mean it as an insult. But I just don't, because I'm charting my own journey. And that doesn't mean that you can't have role models. That's fine if you do. But my point is, even when you do have role models, there is nothing about them that is 100% right. Never. So don't copy somebody's life 100% because you are unique. There's a reason why they say your thumbprint or whatever is unique to only you. Because your destiny is only you. So find you. Find you. Be at peace with you. Understand you. My story is not her story. I have never, I'm not going to say I've never been abused. Because now that we're adults, we now know that the definition of abuse is vast. In those days, we think abuse was just rape. But now, as women, we also know that if people touch you and stuff like that, it's abuse. So I have been abused. But you get the drift. So my story is not that story. My story is the story where most times when I meet with people, I'm always talking about perfection.